stand up. Everyone to stand up. And I want you to we're going to raise the roof in here today. We're going to raise the roof in here today, and you're going to show forth your power today. And if you're still questioning whether you got some power, we're going to show you that you got some power. So right now, I want everybody to start clapping. Just clap with me. Keep clapping. Give yourselves a hand. Yes. Give yourselves a hand. Keep going. Let's keep it going. All right. How you feeling today? Yes. You're feeling good today. Keep it going. Clap for yourself. Clap because you love yourself. Clap because you love your sister. Clap because you love your family. Clap because you love yourself. When you left home this morning, you said, I'm beautiful. I'm fantastic. I'm great. I'm going to own it today. I came here to rock. Right? We rock, don't we? All right. My name is Dr. Atiya K Jones. They call me the MUSE. The reason I'm the MUSE is because I'm a creative, an external creative life energy that help you bring out the genius in you. So I want to talk about your power today. But first of all, I want to know who's in the room today. How many married people do we have? Okay. How many single people do we have? How many mothers do we have in the room? How many fine women do we have in the room? All right. Today I want to talk about reclaim. Please have a seat. Stand up if you want, if it gets good to you, but have a seat, be comfortable. Today I want to talk about reclaiming your you. Now we hear a lot of information. We have power. We hear, oh, I can do anything. We hear all of these wonderful affirmations, which is good. We talk about believing in yourself. We talk about loving yourself. We talk about all of these wonderful things. But I want to show you how to create your life, create yourself. Because you have a power that is far greater than your birthday. You have a power that's far greater than what part of the world you were born in. You have a power that is so much greater than you could ever imagine. But do you know who stops us from living the life that we desire to live? That's right. I want you to get a mirror, the proverbial mirror, and I want you to look in the mirror. And I'm going to tell you how you block your genius and how you block the kind of life that you want to be. Oh, my feet are killing me. So what ends up happening? Your feet are killing you. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired today. So what ends up happening? You're tired. Never underestimate the power of your tongue. For those spiritual people in the room, it says death and life are in the power of the tongue. So now you have to start the first part in creating your life, and creating and using your power responsibly is to temper your tongue. Learn how to speak life into your situation. Your life may not be what you want it to be today, but if you start speaking what you want into existence, I'm fine. I published my book. You start speaking life into every situation you're dealing with. You're struggling with your son or your daughter. Maybe they don't want to get up and go to school. Maybe you're a single parent and you just feel tired and you just don't feel like you can keep going. Maybe you're ready to find that special person in your life. The first thing to do is start to speak life into your life. The second thing is, if you think you're going to create the kind of life that you want to create, you got to know that you got to make some changes. The changes start within yourself. That negative self-talk. Stop it. So I want everybody to scream with me. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Now, I want to teach you right now. Stop. Give her a hand. Yes, stop right now. That's right. I want all of you to repeat after me, because this is one of your greatest forces in creating the kind of life that you want. Say, I am.
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 So everything you put after that what you're going to manifest. So use your words responsibly. When you say I am beautiful, I am fantastic, I am wealthy, I am healthy. Every single thing that you put after the I am, that's what you're manifesting. So let me go a little deeper now. Do you know who you are? Because it's about reclaiming your you. So in order to reclaim your you have to know who your you is. Yes? You got to know who your you is, right? Who are you? Oh, I'm an artist. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. That's not who you are. That's a role. See, society has conditioned us to take on roles. And as women, a lot of times when you think about getting married, you think about, oh, my role is I'm going to do the cooking and the cleaning. Oh, I'm going to have the babies. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this and that. That's a role that society has conditioned is the role for you. But we're not talking about roles when we talk about reclaiming your you. What we're talking about today is using your power that is far beyond gender, that is far beyond the role. It's about, some people might think this is taboo, but I'm going to speak straight words. If you saw my book, Fearlessly Reclaiming Your You, Change of Valor, I wrote that book in 3 weeks. And there's one line on there, it says, sometimes you have to say it like it is and not give 2 shoes in a rat's ass about what somebody think about you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to go straight with it. Yourself is God. Child of the Most High God. So if you are daughters of God, that means everything you see, you have the power to put out there. If you don't like your life today, if you don't like what you're seeing, you're good. Child of the Most High God, daughter, you create something different. Do you know that you can write your reality? And if you don't believe me, I want you to try it. And I'm going to challenge every last one of you in here to start creating your life. See, that's why I love the title that Tichea came up with this conference, is She Created Her Life. Because all of us have the power to create our lives. I've lived in 3 countries over the last 6 years. Before I moved to England and moved to Ireland and moved to Grenada and Arizona and different places I moved to, I was at a very low point in my life. And I had just gotten out of an abusive relationship. And I decided right then and there that I was going to create my life, the kind of life that I always had a vision from a little girl. And see, sometimes when we're on our journeys, we let different people knock us off of that journey by self-negative talk. You can't do it. Why do you want to do that? Oh, that's impossible. So I want you to repeat after me. Look at the word impossible. I want you to look at it for a moment. Now I want you to repeat after me. I'm possible. I'm possible. So whatever you envision in your mind's eye, you have the power to bring it into fruition, to bring it into manifestation. But now there's some, I don't want to say rules, there's some things that you have to do in order to manifest it. First of all, you got to believe that it's possible. You have to think the thought. Once you think the thought, you have to believe that it's possible. And then you have to start moving in the direction like it's possible. Knowing that your dreams can come true, knowing that you have the power to manifest it. You know why? Because who are you? Y'all don't sound like y'all believe that. Who are you? Y'all still don't sound like y'all believe it. Who? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. You gotta raise the roof. Yeah. I want you to clap if you believe that you're God, daughter of the Most High God. That's right. Let me hear you. Make some noise. Make some noise. What do you want to do in your life? Next. What's stopping you? So I want you to repeat after me. I am healthy. I am healthy. Say it again. I am healthy. Say it again. I am healthy. Now this time I want you to say it like you know it's true, that when you walk out of here, you have no health issue.
I am helpless.
That's right. Let's give her a hand. Yes, you. What do you want to do?
I want to travel more, homeschool my daughter, and so we can travel. Yeah.
So what's stopping
My ex-husband.
you? How so?
Because I feel like my children still need him around.
Okay, so I want you to repeat after me. Release all chains.
Release all chains.
Release all chains.
Release all chains.
Now I want you to put I in front of it. I release all chains.
I release all chains.
Say it again. I release all chains.
I release all chains.
One more time.
I release all chains.
Let's give her a hand. I'm going to say, woman, you are loose. Okay?
I want to be a great coach.
What kind of?
Personal development.
What's stopping you?
Nothing. I'm doing it.
Fantastic. Let's give her a hand. All right. So you want to do more of it?
Release self-doubt.
Okay. So, say I am, and then put what you want to be afterwards.
I am amazing. I'm amazing.
Say it again.
I am amazing.
Fantastic. Let's give her a hand. Now I want you to hear me well. I don't want you all to say I'm because you're taking a shortcut. You have the power to manifest it, but you got to believe it. And even if you don't believe it at first, just get the words out. I am amazing. I am a coach. I am a successful coach. And then you say it with conviction over and over and over again. What do you want to do?
I'm doing it already.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's
Yeah.
encourage your sisters.
Okay. I'm a coach, a successful coach. I have my own movement called the New Movement. So I'm doing that and I'm expanding.
So what is the one message that you want to share to all of your sisters here today? What is the one message you want to share that you've been wanting to share?
You're more powerful than you realize.
Okay, so there's, you can all sit down, thank you. So there are many layers of thought, you okay?
Good.
Let's everybody just send her some energy. Let's everybody send her some loving energy. Love is the most creative force in the universe. And when you vibrate on that frequency, it's amazing what you can manifest. So I want everybody just for this moment to let's send our sister some love, loving energy, that she can remove all the chains that might be on her, that she can release every stronghold that might be in her life. Let's help her. Because what you may not understand, some of us do, but what you may not understand, that even thought carries weight. So every thought that you have, you might not understand that it might be impacting somewhere over in Ghana, or maybe impacting someone in the United States, or maybe impacting someone somewhere else in the world. But every thought we have carries weight. And when you send your thought out there, just like they say your word, it doesn't return void. Because what you think, you're manifesting it on some level. So let me show you how to deal. How many of us have ever had a negative thought? We all do. How many of us sometimes, if them thoughts just seem like, ooh, where'd that come from? That wasn't me. Yeah? Let me show you how to get rid of that, because this is a tool that I want to show you, that as you leave here today, and I'm not kidding, I want you to practice what I'm telling you, and you watch and see how your life will change. When you get a thought that comes through your mind, I want you to do this. Detach, detach, detach. See, when you say something 3 times, some people understand this, it takes it right to the subconscious. Okay? Your subconscious doesn't know from the truth or a lie. And so anytime you want to change your life, you change it through your subconscious. So you start training your subconscious. So say detach, detach, detach. Then I want you to take it a step further. If you have fear of starting your business, detach from fear, detach from anxiety, detach from worry, detach from doubt. And if somebody's in your way, move out of my way, get behind me. Do you understand what I'm saying? You walk in your power and your anointing. Now I want to take it a step further. There is a process called Ho'oponopono. How many has ever heard of that? Okay. It's a 4-step process. It's called Ho'oponopono. And it's a Hawaiian thing where it helps with forgiveness and it helps with clearing negative energy. So it goes like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I want to take you through that step right now, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Do it again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. One more time. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Yes. Now you know why that's so important to do? Because you're not just doing it for someone else. You're doing it for yourself as well as other people. Because when you say I'm sorry, you're telling yourself, I'm sorry. You're telling your higher self, I'm sorry for being unjust to you. I'm sorry for not believing enough in you. I'm sorry for all the things that I did that is in contrary to my greater self and the power that I hold by birthright. And then when you say, please forgive me, you're saying, please forgive me. And then when you say, thank you, you're acknowledging that your higher self is bringing about and clearing all that negative stuff, but bringing about everything that you desire in your heart that sometimes you can't find the words to speak. And then when you say, I thank you, you're acknowledging that I am grateful, I am thankful, I am appreciative. There's two powerful phrases that you could ever say to the universe is I am grateful and I am appreciative or I'm thankful. Because it's like if you can think about your daddy or your mama. Okay, for us girls, let's think about daddy. If we've been fortunate enough to have a dad in our home. My dad, I grew up in a single parent household, and at the age of 44 years of age, and that was a long time ago. But at the age of 44 years of age, I'm gonna tell you the story. I didn't grow up with my father in my home. I had a very strong mother who worked at a university in admissions and records. And she was a woman of impeccable character and integrity. And she was an award-winning poet. Now, we didn't know she was an award-winning poet until after she passed away. Because she really didn't talk about herself. She always just helped other people. So anyway, at the age of 44 years of age, after this whole relationship piece that I was in, and I disconnected from that person because I deserved better. I was worth much more than that. And my mother did not teach me to be somebody's punching bag. I am worthy. Y'all repeat after me. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. Okay, so my father, he was a musician and he traveled on. He was popped in and out of my life every 2 years. And he had my cousin who would come in to make sure the coast was clear before he would come. But at the end of the day, growing up without a father, and I didn't have any brothers, or didn't know him at that time, it just kind of leaves you at a loss as a female. And you don't really understand that you have daddy issues until you meet a man who had both of his parents in the house. You realize, man, I got daddy issues because you can't take authority. You know, even when that authority is God-centered. Because we have authority too. As women, we have authority too. Yeah? And we have to learn to walk in our authority. So at the age of 44 years of age, I sat on my dad's lap and I cried. I got to be, at 44 years of age, daddy's little girl. And that process, over 8 years ago, 9 years ago, helped. I just told my baby. I look good though, don't I? So I got the opportunity to be daddy's little girl. And you'll never imagine the healing process of being able to let all that go for the first time in my life. Even though I never had a problem that my dad wasn't there. I never had a problem with that because I had this great imagination that he was off doing these wonderful things, and he was. So it didn't impact me. But what I learned about my father after that taught me one of the greatest lessons as an adult. It doesn't matter if it's your father. It doesn't matter if it's your boyfriend or your husband or your son. It doesn't matter who it is. As a female, do you know that nothing can rise higher than you? Do you know that you have the power in your environment to transmute that negative energy? And even if you're with someone who is not treating you with kindness or how you should be treated, you have the power by virtue of your own energy to change that. But you have to walk in your power and not in your emotions. See, we have to learn how to detach, and I want you to say it again, detach from these negative emotions. Detach, detach, detach. We have to detach from self-harm. Detach, detach, detach. We have to detach from feeling useless because someone outside of ourselves don't feel we're worthy. Detach, detach, detach. We have to detach from limiting belief systems that keep us oppressed and suppressed. Detach, detach, detach. Nothing can rise higher than you as a female. Nothing. See, we are what they call the heart of God. We are the repository that the Creator works through us and gives us that nurturing energy. Yeah? 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 Detach, detach, detach. I just want to give you some energy, my love. How are you today? Good. What do you want to do?
I want to be a writer.
You want to be a writer? Have you written anything?
Yes. But I've done 8 chapters.
8 chapters. Do you know where you're going to publish it? Give me a call. I have a publishing company, okay? And let me help you. Let's give her a hand, everybody. Now, I done talked enough, and what I want to do is hear from you. Feel free to ask me any question you want to ask. If you need help with something, let me know. And I will do my best in this moment to give some transmuting energy to help you kind of uproot some things that you may be experiencing. Now, what I didn't tell you, I'm a muse. So today I might be like this, the next day I might be like you, my sister. So my energy, it's like a chameleon sometimes depending on where I am. So if you go on the internet and you look at pictures of me, you'll say, oh my gosh, that don't look like the same person that I just saw that day. That's because I'm a muse. So I'm constantly shedding, okay? Because it's not about this physical vessel. It's about the power that resonates in us. See, I'm an instrument for God. And so what I do is remove my breath and then I let another breath come from me. And that's what you have the power to do. And when you start doing that, you start walking in your authority and in your anointing, and you start creating the kind of life that you envision in your mind's eye, but you got all this other stuff telling you can't do it. If I was to tell you that a bird can tell you you can do it and you can understand a bird just as plain as I'm seeing it, would you do it? Yeah. All right. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? So, with that being said, I can be long-winded, so I want to hear from you. Questions? Yes, ma'am.
I have one. Basically, a few days ago, a sparrow came into my house. I just sat there for a whole hour, and it looked at me, everything felt on the floor. I went to the water, I gave it the water, and then I tried to open the window, rubbish opened the window. He simply sat there, looked at me, go now, leave. But it's still there. But they don't look at me.
Okay, good question. A sparrow is a bird that is very humble. It's a bird that when many people look at it, it's not like the eagle. The eagle can fly and it can fly high, and the precision of its eyesight is like not like many birds. The talon and the claws, it's a little talons, but it can crush like the strength of it. So if you look at the eagle and then you look at the sparrow is like this little tiny bird that seems so insignificant and so powerless. So basically what the sparrow is telling you is that you have a power, not in your own strength, but one that's greater than yours. You have a power, and that's all you have to do is believe in your heart and believe that you can accomplish anything in your life. And that's what that spirit animal, I call them spirit animals, by the way. That's what the sparrow is telling you. That you have the power to do anything you choose in your life. That's all you have to do is believe.
Yeah, so basically, when it left, I literally looked through everything. And I found obviously my family history, and all my creative stuff in terms of like poetry, and also kind of like all the material that I need to succeed basically was all there. Then I didn't know what that meant. Also, I was playing a lot of music as well, and it literally what we said.
There's a hidden power, but not only in you, but there's a hidden power that goes back generations in your life. And so basically what I would encourage you to do is follow that trail, because there's, and possibly your ancestors are wanting to communicate with you. There is something there that they want you to know. We're never alone. No matter how much we think we're alone, we're never alone. And sometimes we get these thoughts in our mind and we thinking, oh, I'm crazy, or these are, no. Do you know that we have the power to communicate telepathically? And I do it all the time. I'm what they call clairaudient. So I always feel spirit. I've communicated with animals telepathically. I communicate with other people telepathically. We have the power to do that. And so when you begin to create your life and start believing that we have the power to do so much more than what we're actually doing, just practice it, seriously. Just start out with one thing and you watch and see. And the more and more you do it, the more it happens. But it sounds like your ancestors are trying to communicate with you, and there's something that's very significant that they want you to know that's going to help you right now. Okay? Anyone else has a question? Yes.
So I went to see a spiritualist before my birthday.
Yes, I went to see a spiritualist, and then she said that obviously my grandfather, spirit-wise, is around. For about a year-ish, I've always seen magpies, and you know, because of the song, I'm like, if it's one, I'm like, oh my god, like what's going on? But like a lot of times, especially recently, being more intuitive or more listen to myself, that I see more, and then obviously with numbers, like I always see 11, 11, 15, 15, 08, 09, 10, 10, and it has, and it's more, and I just, yeah, and like I mentioned to someone earlier, I said to her that my number at the moment is 27, I always see it, and I just want to understand, like, okay.
Did you mention that you wanted to travel?
I did.
And that's why you're seeing the magpies. Where have you traveled to
So
lately?
so I last travel was Malaysia, because I'm from Malaysia, and all my life, like since I was little, my dad was in the Air Force, so we were always located. But I've always had yeah, that's what my mom was always saying, like, you know, maybe that's why you're here in England. But I have this desire to like be, and she was always saying, like, you know, about let's move elsewhere, wherever. But I'm always, obviously because of my ex-husband and the children, that
make me stuck here.
I want you. Let's get rid of that right now. We're gonna detach from
detach.
that. Okay. So detach
Detach
from strongholds.
from strongholds.
Detach
Detach
from anything holding me back.
from anything holding me back.
Detach
Detach
from fear.
from fear.
Because the issue is not your ex-husband, my darling. What's your name?
Rosanna.
Rosanna. Your issue is not your ex-husband. The issue is fear. So I want you to start every day detaching from fear and knowing that there is nothing or no one that can keep you from what it is that you're destined to become. Just start walking in that power. Take little steps at a time. Okay? I am free.
Free.
I am
I am
free.
free.
I
I
am.
am free.
Now start walking in your freedom.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
You know, you said you've just moved. You moved from different countries, and I've recently come back from 4 or 5 months out in Bali. And the situation has that I've got back into my family situation, and there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. So I appreciate, you know, that's the reason why I'm there, and I know there is a lesson behind it. But I know that staying there is not right. I lived in London for 21 years, but I don't feel that coming back to London is right. And I'm just like, how did you know where the next geographical place is for you? Because I'm building my business, so it doesn't matter where I am. I want to feel into the next space so that I know I'm open to go. I'm not afraid of moving, but I'm just like, when am I going to know that's the spot?
That's a very, 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 very good question. Now, I'm going to do something that I didn't anticipate on doing, and I'm going to put this person on the spot, but I'm going to have him answer your question. I know it's a women's conference, but guess what? Male energy is good sometimes, too. So I'm going to pass this over to Ingram. Let's give Ingram a hand. And we're going to have him answer that question.
Ma'am, where do you want to be in life? Yes. Where do you want to be? You've got your business. Where do you want to be? Just for a minute. Where do you want to be? If you could be anywhere in the world, where do you want to be?
I haven't been to everywhere, so I don't really know that I know.
Okay. Then close your eyes for a second. Imagine the community that you're in. What would that community look like?
Open-minded, they're creative, they're spiritual.
Where would you live? Would it be in a city? Would it be in a town?
There'd be a city energy, but I also feel water. Like living
Okay.
like the sea or something like that.
Are you looking in a Western world? The Eastern world? Serving your own community, your own culture? A different set of people? Where do you see yourself in that? When you look around, what do you see?
Seeing a really large beach, like a classic beach space going forward, and then like big apartments but more living.
Okay, what sort of people do you see on the beach?
Young families, couples, friends.
So progression, you want a place that's progressive. Okay. Is it a place that's warm or a place that's cold? Okay, so it needs to be a warm place. So Russia doesn't. Okay. Okay. Take a little bit more time where you are, closing your eyes. Okay, and what do you do for a living? What do you do? What's your purpose at the moment?
I'm building my brand called Her, which is Higher Energetic Resonance. So I have a podcast, I have online membership school as well. I'm also starting to travel more in terms of doing retreats and speaking. So where I'm based doesn't really matter. Also, I'm a musician and I'm bringing that back into the fore as well.
My suggestion to you would be to be open to the universe, but you are very open. Write down on a piece of paper what you desire, exactly what you desire. If money wasn't an issue, write it down, put it down there. And then allow the universe to open a new world for you. That time will come. Just be patient. But that time will come for you. And you will see, and you will know without doubt where you need to be next. This message is for you and for you alone. And while the stuff that's happening with you currently back in London, I know what that feels like. I know what it's like to come back and you think, come back to London now, and I've not been here for long. They're going to appreciate me. They're going to have me with open arms. And then you find that's not the case. You find quite the opposite. And you've progressed in your own mindset. You're progressive. You want to move forward, and you find people are still stuck in the same place that they were when you left them. So my suggestion to you is focus on self. Focus on what you want to do, where you need to be, and allow the universe, once you've said and you've got it down that piece of paper, then allow the universe to take you to the next place. There will be no doubt where you need to go next. Okay? But visualization is very important. Closing those eyes and visualizing and focus on every day on that which you want without doubt. And don't leave anything out. And be specific, because what you ask for, you're gonna get. Don't complain afterwards. Alright?
Okay.
Thank you.
So there's 2 more messages that I just got for 2 people. Television. I don't know what's going on, but television. Okay. 3 days in a row, salt baths. Cleanse some energy to start anew. Wipe the slate clean. I don't know what that means, but maybe you do. Okay. Any other questions before I close out? Yes.
What do you
Huh? That's a very good question. Now, this is really interesting because it's not, the days for me are not like the days. Everything is just a continuum. So sometimes it might be 3 o'clock in the morning where I get a message or I have an assignment. The angels have communicated through angel numbers, and sometimes I might get up at 10 o'clock in the morning because I got this message or do that. So my days are continuum. There's no necessarily set every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, go to bed at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a continuum of living because everything is now. Everything is now. So when you look at life as everything is now, that's all you have to do is just be. Just flow. Just be. And allow the universe to move you. Just flow. And when you flow, you'll realize that, oh my gosh, it's almost effortless. Who can bear witness to that? Yeah. So if that is not all, that is my talk. Yes, okay.
It wasn't necessarily a question, it was just the story about your father.
Yes.
I didn't see my father for 36 years. And then 2 years ago, I reconnected with him. And it was really hard in the beginning, even though I initiated it. But I told myself that in order for me to move forward, that no matter what happened, I had to forgive him for all of the things that he did and all of the things that I perceived that he did, because I told myself a story and I lived that story for years and years and years, and that was the barrier to me reconnecting with him. And just what you said just really brought it all back. So
Okay.
it's the whole, being daddy's girl again. And it's just, I was just overcome.
Let's clear that, because have you written your dad a letter?
I've written him several letters.
Have you written him a letter with all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas? Purging every single thing that you got to say.
We had lunch,
Okay.
and I told him
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now?
Oh, I feel fine about him now, and we see each other. I spent all of last winter in New York with my parents,
Okay.
specifically because I wanted to be able to connect to him on a deeper level.
So are you struggling with forgiveness?
No, I'm not. I do forgive him.
Okay.
I do forgive him. I just wanted to relay my story. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
really have a
beautiful.
question.
Have you written about it?
Sort of, not in a big way, but just a little bit.
This time in a big way.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I knew I came here for a reason. That story resonates with me. That story resonates. No, not today. Yeah, so much. And when you were talking about being 44, being sat on your father's lap, and my family is still in Barbados. I'm the only one over here, like a crazy person. Because of the distance, it's very easy not to forgive and to hold on to grudges. And about 15 years ago, I kind of had this realization, I had this thought that I'm never going to be in a productive, happy relationship until I forgive my father. And I haven't. And then oh, wait now, hold on.
I am in a wonderful, productive relationship with whomever you want to be in a relationship.
Okay. Yeah. No, what I was gonna say is, as you were talking, I sent him a text message saying that I would love to talk about how we can go about repairing our relationship. So I just wanted to share that.
I have to give one last message because before I speak, I tend to ask different people, is there anything that they want me to share on their behalf? So I have 3 different people who gave me information to share. So one of them told me to tell you to accept yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, how they feel about it. Just accept yourself for who you are and love yourself, and don't worry about what other people say. And then another one, I already said it in the context of my talk about knowing yourself. In order to reclaim your you, you have to know who your you is and walk in a life of purpose. A purpose is not cooking and cleaning or whatever, and your home as a woman is not your place, it's your base, okay? So whatever roles and hats people give us or expectations they have of us, you are a God, child of the Most High God. And the thing is, when you begin to walk in that and create your own life, being your authentic truth, and moving the fear aside, detaching from the fear, your life will look totally different. And then the last thing that I want to relate is, my husband told me to tell you, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.